What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to Tower Defense Tuesday. Today we're going to take a dip back in time to one of the OGs, and if you have not played this game, oh my god, you need to get on it, because it is just amazing. Of course, we're talking about the original Defense Grid: The Awakening. This game launched on Steam December 8th, 2008 from Hidden Path Entertainment. Over the course of that time, it's collected over 3,000 overwhelmingly positive reviews. Now, although this game is from 2008, it is without a doubt one of the originals in the modern era of tower defense, and many other tower defense games have been based on it. There is a Defense Grid 2 as well, of course, which we've already covered on Tower Defense Tuesday, and the real crime here is that there has not been a Defense Grid 3. As far as I know, there's not a Defense Grid 3 on the horizon at all, but it would be wonderful. Now let's hop on in and check out the gameplay. One of the things that makes Defense Grid and Defense Grid 2 such special games is the encouragement of just awesome, amazing. Now, there's a few different game modes which I just absolutely adore, and that is the Grinder and the Super Grinder. These game modes are going to be, like the Super Grinder is going to be 100 waves. Let's go ahead and pop on into this one, or 99 waves. And as you see, the grid is kind of laid out for whatever you want to do. Now, it's all about the amazing, y'all. So let's go ahead and get started. As you see, the enemies are going to be entering from here. They're going to come and loop around all around this area and then come up through here. Now, we can do some amazing here, of course. Then the enemies are going to come back through here, come over and grab cores, and then this is going to be their exit. So we can't block the exit. However, we do want to encourage the path that these baddies take. And I think I'm going to create kind of a little super maze zone right over in here. But to get things started, let's just go ahead and go with some of the basics. We'll go with a gun right here. We'll go with, say, an Inferno right there. We've got 352 resources left. And what do we want to do? Well, let's go... You know what? Do we want to throw a slow right in right up front? You know what? Let's go with another gun first. We'll go that route instead. 257 left. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade that front gun. And then let's let it fly here. So, as I mentioned, just an absolutely amazing game. Love the Defense Grid series, no doubt. And, you know, the art and everything is kind of nice as well. Everything looks very snazzy, no doubt about it. Now, we're going to have to wait it out as these enemies make our way up here. But we will be able to start wrecking it up here just shortly. We'll get these guys going at super speed and get these waves burning. And oh yeah, it is all going down. Now, Defense Grid, like I said, I just can't speak highly enough about it. It's just an absolutely ridiculously good game. And we're going to go ahead and get this gun upgraded as well. We'll continue to just go fast forward mode here and let it speed on out. Now remember, the enemies have to make it out as well as... They've got to make it to our cores, and then they've got to make it out with the cores. So we've got two paths to take. It's not just all about getting them as they're coming in. It is about the exit as well. And I think it's time to add in some more. Let's see. Let's go... what do we want to do here? Do we want to drop a concussion? I think I'll save the concussions, actually. Let's continue to... well, let's drop a temporal right here. And then we'll go, why don't we go with a few lasers just right up front here to kind of finish out this little bit of a path. Going to need a little bit more juice before we can get it done. You see they're getting burned out. And, oh, maybe a Tesla. Let's try to use all of the towers on this run. It's been a while, but, you know, you gotta love the graphics. It's got that lovely sci-fi feel to it. Additionally, the amazing aspect of the game is just incredible. Now, we'll get a nice little maze going here. I'm not sure what I want to do. Do I want to go... Do I want to force the enemies something like that, maybe. I'm not sure what kind of a little maze I want to create over here. Now, of course, once we get this basic maze done, we'll also do a little exit where we do have a last resort in case anything makes it through. Let's see, we can't upgrade that yet. Now, another thing about Defense Grid, remember, is you do get interest on what you are saving. So our resources are just tacking up. However, the longer we wait or the more resources we have pooled, the more resources we're going to earn. So you do get that interest as you're playing. So you want to strategically build and not just spam it all out. So the more you have, the more you earn, and just leads to good times in Defense Grid, no doubt. We're about halfway through here at wave 50. You see I've got some tougher enemies rolling on up, and oh, they are looking ferocious. Now, for a last resort, instead of going with a last resort, I put our last tower in. It's the only tower we hadn't used yet, so I wanted to get some of them down, and that is the Meteor. Now, the Meteor Tower is going to be a huge area that it can attack, and it's just going to drop a big old meteor. Now, I've got, what, 6, 7? I've got 7 of those bad boys there, so there is just quite a few of them. There's no doubt there. Let's get a few upgrades in here. And these meteors will wreck it. The benefit, of course, I have is the meteors. I'm getting some upfront damage in on these bads. Additionally, it still gives me a little bit of a last resort area. And, oh yeah, these meteors are just destroying, no doubt. So, still going relatively smooth. Haven't lost any of my cores yet, so that's a good thing. And really, after thinking about it, I just built this map out entirely wrong. With the entrance and the exit being right next to each other, if I would have forced everything into the same area and had the exit and entrance right on the same lanes, then the enemies would have had to have run all the way back through the entire kill box to get back out to exit the map. So that's the way I should have done it, but I think this build will still hold out. We're going to have to see here. Nothing's pushing through to the end at the moment, but we are only just at, or just past that halfway point. Here we go on wave number 70. Now the build is starting to get a little bit sketch. We've got enemies pushing all the way back in, and we still have some buildable areas, so we could get a little bit more upfront damage down here. Now the thing you have to ask yourself is, do you want defenses like, say, the Meteor that are going to be able to hit enemies as they go around the whole loop and up top? Are you going to want something with a little bit smaller area but still has a good range? Or do you want some closer range but super heavy hitting single target damage? I think we're going to mix it up, and I'm going to do a mix of meteors and cannons down here. So let's just go, let's just go every other one. How's that? We'll get a meteor there, cannon, meteor and cannon. We see cores are rushing out the gates. Oh my god, they're getting right to the end now. I need to get this stuff upgraded. As you see, I'm sitting on 131,000 resources, so I've got plenty of cash to get all this stuff upgraded, and I want to get it all jacked up right away. We do have a few more buildable tiles here, but I feel like I just chose a poor path. I'm a little concerned whether or not I'm going to make it all the way to wave 99. We're going to have to see. I do think I chose kind of a poor path on these enemies as they are just pushing in force now. It's getting a little thin there at the end, but yeah, we're getting cores plucked off quite regularly. Now, nothing has made it out yet, but it's getting sketch, that's for sure. Now, the meteors and cannons are going to give us a nice bit of upfront damage. You see against these shields, they're not doing much. But for most of the packs of enemies, this will give us some nice upfront damage. You know, what we could do for the shields is right here, add in a little laser area. The lasers, of course, are going to burn those shields away. And we could get... yeah, we can get lasers in here. Once they get upgraded, we'll have some pretty decent range on them. And that will help out. Now, the lasers are going to stay on a target, of course, so they're not going to hit all of the enemies. But it will help out. That's for certain. We get a little bit of range off the upgrades here. Not an absolute ton, but enough to make it worth using. And when the shieldies come rolling out, we'll be able to get a little bit of those shields burnt away. I'm going to go ahead and get those jacked all the way up to the highest tier here. In fact, let's just do the same thing for everything else, as we're going to be done building after this, so it'll be just a matter of pushing through and seeing how far we last. But we've got everything on the map now fully upgraded. I've got no more buildable tiles with the path that I chose here, so we're going to have to ride it out and see what we can do and see if this build holds up. It's looking a little sketch, y'all, but let's jump on forward and see. With these tougher enemies coming in, it is a challenge. You see the one up front is getting pounded pretty good, but as you go back down the line, these guys have got a lot of health here still. So let's move on forward and see how far we can make it. Alright, and here we go. We made it to wave 95, surprisingly. I didn't think it was going to hold up. I have had lots of cores headed towards the door, though. I did swap this area out down here. The lasers just didn't seem like they were doing much, so I swapped it out for 2 meteors and 2 infernos. The meteors, of course, are able to hit up top as well, and then the infernos are just giving me a little upfront AoE damage. I kind of feel like I should have spammed infernos over this whole area instead of going with the cannons. The cannons are super strong single target. However, they're really good as a last resort, like I have right here. Putting them up front here, there's just too many enemies. They get overwhelmed really easy. Wave 96, some of these little guys are still burning out right at the end, but the thicker mobs are definitely making it through to pick up some cores. Now, none of them have made it out of the map, thankfully. But here we go. Wave 97 is coming. And looks like a few heavier mobs here. Quite a few heavier mobs, actually. Something may make it through here. Now, the ones up front, of course, are just getting bombarded by those meteors. So these are going to get killed off. But you see closer to the back, they're pushing in pretty darn heavily. Now, the concussions, are they getting it done? Yeah, it looks like the concussions are burning them out. So we've got a nice bit of boom going on back here. You see wave 98 rolling out now. A few of these guys are going to make it in and snag cores, but they are all super low. And, yeah, just going to get killed off by those cannons. So no problems there. We do have wave 99, which is going to be all super heavies. And they are rolling out here slowly but surely now. So we've only got, what, 3 mobs left? Or there's more, and there's more coming, it looks like. So wave 99 is not over quite yet. If you look at the bar up top, it shows you that there are more packs coming. These heavy mobs, once again, the front one just gets walloped. But the further you go back down the line, the less and less damage those are taking. Now, sadly, with these heavies up here, it is absorbing all of the attention of all these meteors. So a lot of these little mobs are going to make it all the way up into the kill box. Hopefully they get burned out. It looks like it may be GG's, though, here. We're in pretty good shape. We've got some healthy mobs pushing in, a lot of green bars still, but once they meet the concussion tower, it looks like they are getting wrecked up. Now, sketchy pathing here. I do feel like I chose the wrong path. However, I think we're going to survive it. Well, we're definitely going to survive it. But will we survive it with all of our cores intact? It is looking rough. That one is pretty... Actually, it's getting beat up. It's getting beat up. So I think we're going to be good. But it's going to be close. And there we go. That is the Super Grinder mode. So 99 of 99 waves. I love this game mode. You see, that was only a bronze star. I could have done much better. I didn't end with a ton of resources. The ending resources are going to add directly to your score. So, yeah, you definitely want to make sure that you're collecting up the resources there to get the various trophies available. But that is a look back in time at Defense Grid, The Awakening, the original Defense Grid game, and such a good game, y'all. Don't be afraid by the fact that it released in 2008. If you're a fan of tower defense and you have not played Defense Grid, oh, you need to do it. So keep an eye out for it. The Steam Summer Sale's upcoming. I'm sure there's going to be some holiday sales upcoming throughout. However, we do know that the Steam Summer Sale is only weeks away. So links are down in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.